Hello. Tonight I'll be talking about my pregnancy journey here in the US. So I'll tell you from the start and then up to nanganak ko kung unsa ang difference. I'm not telling this is the same for all women na experience nila, but this is my experience. I'll just be sharing. So I'm not telling that this is for everyone here. So I don't know what are their experience. So this is my story. So I think around November when we know that I'm pregnant. So we got a pregnancy test. Tapos I'm like twice na nga murag nag-false alarm ba. So murag dili na ko kaayo i-expect na buntis ko that time. And then because I just came from endometriosis surgery before I left Philippines, so murag anak ko adugay pa ko siguro if ever magbuntis yun. So my husband was the one who checked the pregnancy test, and then ana siya, hala, may 2 lines. Anak ko, hala, gibinuangan ko nimo, may gikuluran lang nga nimo. Tapos siya, checked it. So kato pagkakita na ko, yeah, it's 2 lines positive. So we immediately schedule for OB appointment, but unfortunately here dili ka pwede mo walk in. Kinahanglan manawag sa ka, then you have to schedule your appointment that you will be visiting them for the first visit, and then there will be a time that you have to be there, or else pag malate ka, murag na kay bayaran ang mao na ingon sa kong banab. And if di po ka mo sipot, for sure ilayo kang i-charge. And at the same time, you have to be early than your appointment. Very particular sila with here with the time, because you're gonna fill up a lot of kanang papers. They're gonna ask for your history and the rest, and your kung naana kay pregnancy, so there will be a lot of questions, and your family history. So we went there. My first visit was just like I had my ultrasound at the first visit, and then they scheduled me for the next visit na murag monthly na siya nga prenatal. And then when I started the prenatal, I think on the 4th month, what do you call that? Ma-identify na nila ang gender sa baby through blood, your blood. Kuhaan nila kag blood, and then tanaw nila ang hormones, murag mabalaan dayon nila ang gender, which is murag 99 point something accurate gid siya. So I think at 4th month, gikuan ko nila dugo, tapos gitawagan ko nila it's another girl. So I have my second girl there. So I knew it's a girl. And then since I'm 37 that time, and my husband is 52, so we are already considered on a high-risk pregnancy. So we were scheduled for genetic testing. I think murag kadaadto na ko, either 2 vials or 4 vials will be taken out from me sa dugo, kay they have to test for all Down syndrome, mga ingana siya nga, mga genetic problem. So they have to know it earlier para kung unsa man jud na adayon action mabuhat. So as early as that naa sila'y testing here. But of course I'm privileged that my husband is employed, so it's like part of it is covered by the insurance, and the rest kami ang naga bayad, but it's not that big yun siya. Okay, so yeah, every month there's a series of testing, but by God's grace, again, all negative. She's so far healthy on my tummy, pero the problem is with adding before, nagkaroon ko problem sa lower amniotic. So gi-raise na nako na. So they gave me something like I have to take aspirin, the lowest dosage, like keep the amniotic fluid. Pero kay adding man good work ko, I'm doing field, so I don't know if that also contributes, but they gave me an aspirin. I have an allergy in aspirin, but they gave me the lowest dosage. So I'm taking it once in the morning and once in the evening. I'm also taking an iron because nubo kayo ko red blood cells. Tapos I'm also taking prenatal vitamins. On top with it is iron. Okay, so we plan for a natural birth kasi hadlok na ko sa CS. I have trauma. When you're awake, you're lying down there, they're gonna open you up. So anak ko nga, kung mag-CS man good ko, kung pwede, mata ko. Pero wala ko kabalon sa procedure dire. My husband doesn't also know what their procedure here. So we decided to talk to our OB and tell her na gusto ko mag-natural. But she said that we have to first see your records in the Philippines kung sa gi-open. But I'm sure my stitches are vertical. So she said that there's a possibility na horizontal. Pero dili daw niya ma-sure hangtod dili niya makita ang records. But unfortunately, when my sister got my records from the hospital where I gave birth, dili daw clear kaayo. Pero there's something there that I have 2 OBs. They gave me another high risk one kay considered as high risk na ko kay I'm 37. 35 is for a woman here is high risk na. She said that I was like cut horizontally, but my primary OB is very insist gid niya ba nga dili gid daw kay ang reason niya is if I do labor and a natural birth and I still end up having a natural cesarean section, ang recovery na ako dugay ka ang imong syempre ma-stretch pa imong tahi, tapos syempre there's a danger of ambot kung mag-open ba ang old ni mga tahi. And I just had my endometriosis last March 2018 surgery, so medyo risky. The problem is kung ako yung pugson papirma kog waiver na whatever happened to me, dili lahi ang magpaanak sa kuha that my OB will nang mo back out siya ba kay dili niya gusto i-risk, gusto mahadlok siya very ingat kay na sila diri sa ilang profession kay kanang pwede sila isu for malpractice of their profession. So at ako nga sige na lang, let's go for cesarean section. So I was scheduled I think July 8 for kay ang muragang ako yung due is July 12 I think. So she said, I don't want you to go into labor, let's take the baby out before you gonna reach 38 weeks. But unfortunately June 28 sa buntag, but the previous night na ano ko yung mga ma-feel kay ang difference is with adding I did not have any contractions. Wala ko nakaramdam og labor pains. They just said I need to be under surgery because my amniotic fluid is very low na daw kaayo. But this time with Ethelfled, I have so much fluid when I gave during my last check up, and they said it's okay, we'll just nothing wrong with that. Sobra na po akong fluid, so extreme siya ba. So I don't know if it contributes. June 28 in the morning 6 AM nagkaroon ako labor pains, gahurog na akong lawas, di na ako kalakaw og tarong. I went to the bathroom, I went back, and my husband said make sure because we're gonna run to the hospital. The problem that time is maugitong murag peak gani sa virus pandemic thing. Okay. So ang among main problem si Ading, wala gyud mi relative diri, wala relative si Jeff. His family is in Chicago. Mine is all in the Philippines. Siguro mga friends, pero ako yung mga kaila sa church, but they're also working. That's a problem here. Everyone is working except for children and the retired. So marag tanan nagatrabaho, wala kay mahangyo. Unfortunately, that time Ading is attending a private school for kindergarten na sila murag babysitting program. So she's there as early as 7 or 8, and then she could take her like around 5, like get her, I mean from around 5 until 6 before, but because of the virus thing, they shorten the time, and then if mo-over ka, mabayad lang ka sa time nga sa nagbantay sa imong anak. So with that time, hala pa ano ni kung kaningat day, wala mi naka-ready pa ba kay syempre we're expecting for the planned or scheduled CS of like kanang ako ang surgery. So at the end of the day, ni adto mig hospital, I mean at the end of the day, after at 6 a.m. or 6:30 we all go to the car, travel to the hospital, check kung maunag yun. And then when we are about to enter the hospital, dili na pasudlon si ading. So ana akong husband saka didto, tapos let them know and then let them check you kung kinahanglan jud ka nila kung karon na bagyod ka mga anak, and we're gonna wait on the parking lot with ading. So moto nagsaka ko, I'm alone. They put me in a wheelchair kaya nakita na nila nga marag naga-labor pains na ko. And then my husband called some friends nga pwede na magtabang sa mga, and then I was there alone sa hospital. So yung ang difference diri, kita mga anak dira sa Pilipinas, halos tanan family pwede mo uban, but of course there's a pandemic too. Allowed man diri pero dahil sa nahitabo marag mo to. And then I am nag-labor pains ko. I'm doing my own paperwork. So gi-attach ko nila sa monitor, and then layo pa ang contractions na siya interval. The heartbeat of baby is okay. And they said we will observe you like for 2 to 3 hours, and then we will like inform your OB na kay labor pain. So but since it's 2 weeks early, murag 2 weeks early ba siya, murag we will try to stop your labor pains for now. So when my husband went home, so he found someone to take care ading. Sam, thank you. So I was alone there, and then gasakit siya nga gasakit na kanang di na nimo masabtan ba. So they said we'll try to stop. If the pain really is bad, press this button kay amo kang i-inject na sa pain reliever. Mao lang ning problem sa ako kay na ako'y allergies on medications. So I think around 11 ata gipress na ko kay sakit na gid siya, medyo constant na ang iyahang ano ba contractions. So I pressed the button, asked for that pain reliever, but unfortunately when they inject the pain reliever from 85 nagsaka sa 155 akong heartbeat. So I'm somehow sensitive na atong nga tambal. So now it's like considered now as one of those no for me. It's on my medical history now. Then my husband was not there. I'm alone at the hospital. Abi yun ako kung saan na mahitabos ako. So nagka-trauma ko dahil ato. But they observed me. It's only my heartbeat went up, but my blood pressure I think is still okay. My oxygen level is okay. They attached me into all the monitors, and then pati ako maubi nakadagan kay bilagi nilag na unsan ako. Then marag nakatawag ko sa akong husband kay if ever na mahitabo sa kuha, at least he will know. And then I'm thinking I have like 2 kids, 2 girls to leave behind. So medyo OA siya, pero that time I was really thinking something will happen to me. At 155 you don't know, murag ang imong heart na nasa gawas, paspas na kayo siya. And then they observed me for the rest of the day until my husband arrived at around, I don't know if 3 or 4. Okay, so at I think 5 p.m. my OB went back, and then itanaw niya ang monitor. The contraction is really constant now, getting nearer. My husband is also there na si ading na anay nakakita na mig someone nga pwede na bilinan. And then so they just decided that day that we will have the baby. They prepared while my husband is out. Niabot na mga nurses, they prepared me, they put antiseptic, parang before pa ko gisud sa OR, they already put antiseptic on my tummy. Iba ilang antiseptic diri sa tuwa, murag red, murag dugo. Diri is, I think, green or blue. Tapos sticky siya, mura siya ka ng plastic balon gud nato dira. Dikit siya sa imong panit. And then, my anesthesiologist also went to my room. Murag second room na nako to nga transfer that day. And then, he told me all the things that I will be expecting during the surgery. So he already told me that you will magkurog jud daw. So mao to they give my husband like kanang sana sterile nga gown. So kay mauban man siya. So pati yung shoes na siya cup. And then they wheeled me, prepared me in the kanang room. Simple lang kailahang diri ka ng OR. Baga may ragani kayo ilahang table. But you can see the machines na puno gid siya machines. And then it's very unique kasi naa sila floor for delivery. So wala nila ginasagol sa uban nga of surgery yata. So that's only right I think 5th floor or 3rd floor. It's only for delivery. So the OR is just reserved for the CS surgery. And then, nahadlo ko kay ang first, wala kay ko karamdam og sakit sa ko ang spine good pagbutang sa anesthesia. I'm very lucky that the time naka-duty ako ang midwife na naga-prenatal po sa kuha. So, she's the one who really bent me na wala ko karamdam. So, kung this time, basig sakit, kay daghan lagi mga babae nga gaingon na sakit, lagi daw ang epidural ba na. So, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just praying all the time. And yeah, fortunately, they were so nice. The nurse that took care of me when I first arrived was the same nurse na naguban sa ko sa OR. And then she said, just lay your head on my shoulder, and then relax. And nakaramdam ko gamay nga pain, pero that's all. Man na. Then they said, okay, lie down. And I was like, wow, okay, done. So, okay. And then lie down. They start putting that cloth, tabunan ka. And then, I don't know how many minutes. My husband is there. He's nasya sa akong ulo, there is akong part. And then, we started talking. Kay, kulbaan naman ko. Actually, nahadlok na ko mga anak. But of course, low yung po kayo kung si Ading lang at the same time gusto po na mag-isa pa. But of course, I'm really afraid